Here's a big thing that is going to help you have a massive transformation in your trading, in your mindset, in your thinking, your trading psychology. And that simple thing is how to turn your shoulds into a must. Okay. So what I'm actually telling you is you think you should be doing something, but you have to change that thinking, that mindset of should I be doing something? Should I be doing this? Into I must be doing this. You see, it's got to be do or die. If you want to make it in trading and you have no plan B, it's do or die, and your shoulds need to become a must. When you have this mindset shift, when you have this thinking, when this changes and it becomes your internal, this is where you level up. This is where you have your breakthrough. This is your transformation. This is when you get to the next level. Okay. So you got to stop playing small and you got to stop saying, I should be doing this. So by the end of this video, I'm going to go through some of the things you should change from shoulds into a must. So make sure you watch this to the end because the last one is the one that is going to change everything. So let's get started. So the first one is you think, should I have a trading plan? You see, if you're asking if you should have a trading plan, the answer is absolutely 1000%. You must have a trading plan. See, you trade without a plan sometimes. You're improvising. You're just trading for dopamine. You're just trading because you want to click buttons, right? You think that this is gambling. You think that this is for fun. You have a addiction to trading, so you don't even want to make a trading plan. Or you have a trading plan, but you don't stick to it. You see, you need to absolutely have a trading plan and you must stick to it. Every single trade is premeditated. Everything is not by accident. Okay. It has to go through the plan first. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Remember that. Number two, should you have a checklist? Of course, you must have a checklist. You know why? Because if you have a checklist of your trading plan, your trading plan is a little bit different to the checklist. Okay. The trading plan is like what you're going to do in that session. Okay. Or for that day. Okay. So your plan could be like, okay, I'm going to be trading S&P 500 or gold looks good. So I'm going to be trading gold. This is what your plan is. So you know what you're going to do for the day. But your checklist, this is a little bit different. Your checklist is the thing that keeps you consistent. Your checklist is the thing that will help you identify the difference between a C setup and an A plus setup. So if the things don't all if your checklist doesn't all add up, right, then obviously you should not take the trade. Your checklist is there to help you from taking bad trades. That's why you have a checklist. And it's so simple, but you don't do it. And people have checklists, but they think I should follow the checklist. But no, you must. If you want consistency, you must have a structure. And the checklist is going to give you the structure that you need for that consistency. And the other thing about your checklist is that it needs to be simple. It has to have the least amount of friction. Otherwise, you're not going to use it. If your checklist is too complicated and there's too many bells and whistles in the checklist, and believe me, I know this because I've tried everything. Okay. I've tried all angles in all my years of trading. Okay. And I've come to one conclusion, and you're going to agree with this. Keep it simple. Keep it frictionless, right? Even if it's just a little 3 checks on your phone, boom, 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 right? Or on a piece of paper, whatever it is, the easier that it is, the more likely you're going to do it. Okay. So remember that. Have a checklist, keep it simple. Number 3 is, should you review your trades? Of course you should review your trades. When you review your trades, you're going to know where you went wrong with your trading plan. which of your trades went wrong. And assuming that you're not overtrading, you don't have too many trades to review. So if you're taking less trades throughout the week, let's say you have 3 trades, all you got to do is have 3 quality trades and review 3 trades. It's not going to take you forever. It's going to take you an hour, 2 hours maximum at the most. It should take an hour just to review your trades. You can review your trades on a Saturday morning after the market is closed. You can look back. That is the time when, even if you had a bad week, reviewing your trades is where the growth happens. So you absolutely must review every single trade. Don't take a trade and act like it didn't happen just because it was a bad trade, right? Your losses are your tuition fee. Remember that. Your losses are your tuition fee. So if you took a loss and you ignore it and you act like it didn't happen because it hurts your ego, and this is the main reason why people don't review trades, because it's an ego thing, because they don't want to look at something, a negative emotional situation. That's why you try to black it out. But you have to, because the growth is in reviewing your trades, going back and sitting down with no music, no distraction. And the other reason you don't review trades is because you're overstimulated with dopamine from somewhere else. So you're maybe hooked on scrolling, doom scrolling on social media, short form content, notifications, whatever it is. So then all of that overstimulation is making it hard for you to sit down in silence and review your trades. You see, you got to work hard in silence for a reason, silence without distraction. If you can focus for 2 hours in deep meditative workflow and actually go through your trades, you're going to learn a lot. So you must review every single trade at every week. Okay? This is where the growth is. Number 4, should you backtest every day? What do you think? That's like saying, should Michael Jordan stop practicing shooting hoops every day, even if he's at the top of his game? You see, if you want to be the best, right, you got to sharpen the axe and stay sharp and stay on top of the game every day without fail. Because when you backtest, right, you are basically going to the gym. It's the same. You are building that pattern recognition, that muscle, that mental muscle in your brain to help you recognize your setup sharper and sharper and sharper. If you want to do trading full time as a real profession, then you absolutely must be backtesting every single day, no matter what level you're at. It's just, it has to be part of your identity. It has to be something that you wake up and you must do it. Not should you do it. It's like saying Michael Schumacher, should he practice the Formula One and do a couple of laps or not? Absolutely. You do it even if you don't feel like it. That's called discipline, right? So you need to absolutely backtest every day for the rest of your trading career, even if you're good. And that's how you stay sharp, okay? Number 5, should you work on your psychology? Should you? Absolutely, because your psychology is more important than your strategy. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if your psychology is dog shit, you're going to trade like a cow. You're going to trade like a mess. You're going to be all over the place. You're going to fail, okay? Because it doesn't matter how much data you have, how glitzy and glamorous your strategy and your system looks like. If you don't have the mental psychology, willpower, and the ability to have the discipline to not take bad trades or not rush into, not get greedy, not fearful, none of that stuff, then it doesn't matter how good your system is, you're going to fail. So your psychology is 90% of the entire equation. So absolutely, you must work on your psychology. And I have news for you. If you want to work on your psychology, check out the link in the description, the Inner Edge Pro. We have a full psychology course, and this goes in and reprograms your trading psychology specifically so that you can actually level up, so that you can control your revenge trading, so you don't get greedy, so you don't get fearful. All of these things, it's one thing to say it, and it's another thing to actually reprogram yourself to do it. So you have to do it. You have to reprogram your brain and get rid of the old beliefs, the old ways, your old negative patterns. You have to kill it. Okay? So that's number 5. Number 6, should you shift your identity? Absolutely. You must shift your identity from a civilian worker in the matrix that always needs to be told what to do, okay, in survival mode. And you have to shift and become a sniper, a warrior, a samurai. That's what it takes, right? To be, if you want to be a trader, you got to be fully disciplined. You got to think like a samurai, right? You cannot be sloppy, because if you're not like a sniper or a samurai, you're going to get sloppy, and then you're going to mess up. You're going to break your rules. You're going to overtrade. You're going to do all the mistakes that you keep repeating every week. This is why you're not getting better, right? So you have to absolutely shift your identity. And the other way that we do that is also, we have a section for that in the course. We have a identity shifting reprogramming section for the night. So it's all this sleep programming. It's really good. If you are interested, then you can check it out. Number 7, should you meditate? Absolutely, you need to meditate, because you know why? Meditation is not only going to calm your mind when the market is full of chaos, the whole world is in turmoil and it's all chaos. You have to have a calm mind. So you must meditate 15 minutes every day, because what this is going to do is going to help you recenter, bring your mind back, okay? Bring you back to your God state, your God-given stillness, your calmness, okay? This is your original frequency, okay? The alpha state, okay? And what that's going to do is, not only it's going to give you downloads when you are trying to figure things out with your trading, and believe me, it's a big puzzle. Trading is the biggest puzzle in the world. So you need to have every single mind hack that you can to help you figure it out, right? When you have your meditations, that's when you have your aha moments. Does that make sense? That's when you have your transformational moments. That's when things click. Okay, so it's important that you meditate, because this is it's you time. Okay, this is the time that you get to work on yourself. Okay, so meditate 15 minutes a day. You don't need to do anything crazy. You can sit anywhere. You can lie in bed. You just close your eyes and you meditate, and you calm your mind, and you want to focus on one thought. Okay, and it'll be hard in the beginning, because your mind's going to be running off to different locations, and that's because you're not able to concentrate. That's because your mind is destroyed from all the short form content. You can't focus on anything. So if you can't focus on anything, how are you going to focus on trading? Does that make sense? So you must meditate. And if you can do it after a couple of weeks, you're going to see the benefits, right? When you can dopamine detox, cut the short form scrolling, doom scrolling, all of that nonsense, and come back to what is important, you're going to see the difference. You're going to get better. Okay. Number 8, should you sleep 8 hours a day? Absolutely. Okay. I'll tell you why sleep is so important, and nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it. But if you have bad sleep, you're going to be impulsive. You're going to make bad decisions. You see, if you're trading is a thing, is a career that requires you to use your brain. Okay? You're not boxing, you're not doing anything else with your hands. You're using your brain. Okay? So your brain needs to be sharp. And if you starve your brain of sleep, it's not going to be sharp. Do you understand? So you must sleep 8 hours a day so that you can recover. Now, if you have problems sleeping, there are supplements that you can take. Magnesium is the best one to help you fall asleep. Okay. And then there is inositol that'll keep you asleep. Those two alone will do a lot. There's a lot more. I go into full detail. I have a whole sleep section within the course if you're interested. But those are the two main ones. Magnesium glycinate, which is going to help you fall asleep. And then inositol is going to keep you asleep. Okay. So if you have problems sleeping, you got to fix it. Okay. Because bad sleep is going to make you irrational. It's going to make you impulsive. It's going to make you make bad decisions. You're not going to stick to your rules. And then you're going to get annoyed when you take a loss because you didn't sleep. Now you're going to get angry and you're going to revenge trade. It's the beginning of your tilt. This is why sleep is so important, right? And it's so underrated, right? Sleep is the thing that it has to be at the top of your list, okay? And how do you get good sleep? You have a fixed time that you go to bed, okay? So it should be around 9 to 10 o'clock p.m., okay? That's when you should be going to bed, right? So cut out all the screens for the first 2 hours before you go to bed so that your mind is calming down, okay? Or you can wear some red glasses to block out blue light. That's going to help. So if you're addicted to screens, see, all of this dopamine, the screen, the scrolling stuff, it's bad for you. It's not only bad for your brain, it's also bad for you. Like, it keeps you up because it gets you all excited and your cortisol levels go up and then you can't sleep. All right. And then next thing you know, you're scrolling at 3 a.m. looking at your trades, and now you're taking bad trades at 3 a.m. when you shouldn't be. You see what I mean? So you need to lock all of your trading apps, go to sleep and get a good 8 hours sleep, and then wake up fresh the next day and then deal with the day again. Okay. And then that's one little hack that's going to help you progress. Trust me on this. Okay. And number 9, should you go into ghost mode? Absolutely. You need to go into ghost mode. You know why? Because that's where you level up. That's when you have time for yourself, when you take a break from the world, when you disappear from the world. That's why it's called ghost mode. You go, and I'm going to do another video on how to actually go on ghost mode, so keep an eye out for that. I might link it on this video somewhere, but basically you need to go into full ghost mode for the majority of your life, okay? So you'll go into ghost mode for even a week or two. You have a clear goal, something you want to accomplish. You have a milestone you want to get to the next level on whatever it is you're trying to do. And then you come out of ghost mode. You don't go into ghost mode forever. You go in, you do small manageable periods, and then you come out, and then you socialize, you come out, you say hello to the world, right? You say hello to everybody, you let them know you're still alive, and then you go back into ghost mode again. And you just do this again and again and again, right? This is how you level up, because in ghost mode, you're not scrolling, you're not eating junk food, you're not wasting your energy, you're focused on you and your goal. This is your priority, right? So if you want to go into ghost mode, do it. Go into ghost mode and focus on yourself. Write a plan. What do you want to achieve? Okay. You must do this, right? Most people never level up because they're too scattered. They don't even know the concept of ghost mode. Their brain is all over the place. Their mind is everywhere, right? How can that person ever level up? Do you understand? All the successful people that you see online, they all do ghost mode. They all disappear. They all go into isolation, because that is when you get close to your higher power, to source, to God. You get your downloads and you do your best work. Okay? I really want to see you guys win. Okay? If you're new to my channel, go ahead, like and subscribe. Okay? Drop your comments below. Let me know which one of these shoulds you're going to turn into a must. I want to know. And until the next video, you're on your own. Take care now. Goodbye.